we'll start off by taking a look at the box here. Standard Transformers Prime Voyager First Edition packaging. You know, Transformers Prime, name of the character, First Edition up here. Kanji that I don't understand. And then, taking a look at the side, it does have a cool picture of Bulkhead and stuff like that. Looking at the other side, that's awesome. It's another picture of Bulkhead, but he's in a different pose. So I think that's cool. That's pretty creative. And on the back, of course, it's got the two Voyagers, Bulkhead and Optimus. For whatever reason, it shows the Hasbro version in the proto pictures, but those were probably out when this packaging was created. And then a whole bunch of kanji that I sure as hell don't understand. It happens. I am not Japanese. Nor have I studied Japanese culture, because of course not. It's not just Japanese people that can read kanji. Alright, now as for what's in the box, you've got the instructions here. Pretty standard. Okay, they don't like to open, so I'll let your imagination do the rest before I rip something. I'm trying to rush here. And then this was pretty cool. Comes with a little poster for Transformers Prime. Advertisement for the Takara website at the bottom. And then on the back, it's black and white, so I don't know how well this will come through on the camera, but it does have some previews of the other figures. Optimus Prime, the Voyager, RC Deluxe, Cliffjumper Deluxe, Starscream Deluxe, Megatron Deluxe, Vehicon Deluxe, Voyager, Bulkhead. And then at the bottom, this is pretty cool too. It has some silhouettes of figures. It looks like Optimus Prime, definitely Soundwave, and then to the right, I honestly have no idea who it is. It's a pointy-eared character, kind of looks like Ratchet, but it says 2012, so let the hype begin. And alright, I'm actually going to go ahead and start with the vehicle mode. As you can see, he turns into the same Humvee type vehicle that he has on the show. It's really nicely proportioned and scale, everything like that. I mean, there's not too much to it. The weapon of his actually pegs onto the back. Take a look at that real quick and how that looks. I don't personally like it too much, but, you know, weapon storage. Whatever. Give it a side view there. Alright, and end it at the front again. And yeah, I mean, for what it's worth, pretty nice. Some kibble on the bottom that you can see, but kind of like that in the show too, and the wheels are definitely high enough to go ahead and keep rolling and stuff like that anyway. So overall, nice solid vehicle mode. Alright, now we'll go ahead and look at the bot mode. As you can see off the bat, really imposing, and once you guys get this and see the mass shifting that's done with the transformation, that's part of the reason I left the box here, just so you can see how massive he becomes once he transforms into bot mode. This is one mean looking figure, and even though he has legs that are a bit more, I'd say, stumpy, he really stands solid. And one thing that's cool about him is he actually has the articulation in his legs, and if you want to go ahead and get him down on one knee, you know, those kind of poses, things like that, then that's more than fine, and he's more than solid holding up that way. So, I mean, just an overall really cool toy. He's got the swivel hips and things like that. They move back and forth on ratchet joints. He does have the ankles. They don't swivel or bend or anything like that, so there is a little bit of, I guess, limitation with the feet, but he still stands really solid. So I can just give him into a pose, and that's really cool, especially with his massive upper body size and stuff like that. So just going ahead and taking a quick look at him. His arms, back and forth, no ratchets or anything like that, but he does have the ability to move his shoulders in and out too. His wrists move in and out, but they don't rotate or anything like that. Elbow articulation. And just to take a look, oops, oh, I'm knocking everything down. Take a look at the back here, how the tires go on the back. I actually like the kibble like that. I mean, like I said, he's very show accurate. Now, taking a look at that weapon that we attached in car mode. Here it is. And either one of these hands can do it, but they just rotate in and out, and you'll see there's a peg there. And the weapon just inserts. Like that. So, I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of this weapon, but kind of is what it is. He's a big man, big mallet, or mace. Try to get my terminology right. But like I said, even looking at that, he can get into some really cool poses with his feats ability and the knees and stuff like that. So definitely not a bad figure. Alright, and now my final thoughts on the figure. As a figure itself, I'm going to go ahead and give this guy an 8 out of 10. Pretty much an awesome figure, solid figure. It's just that nothing really stands out about him. Even though he's big, he's got a great look, awesomely show accurate. It's just a pretty standard Transformer toy in terms of transformation, articulation, things like that. It looks great, poses well, good playability, definitely solid. But since I'm reviewing the Takara version, or Takara, I did want to hit on whether or not I think it's worth that premium to get the Takara version instead. And basically this one does have the darker green paint and things like that. And it's got the candy flickers and things that a lot of the Takara toys do. Stemming back to the United versions, or not United, but Henkai versions of the classics figures and stuff like that. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it does look good. However, this toy for me was 60 something dollars shipped. And at that price, I can buy 3 American Voyagers, pretty much with tax. So, is it worth it to me? I'm gonna go ahead and say no. Reason being is that the other Bulkhead, it's a nice color. It's a pretty color. I mean, the only thing is, it's just not as dark. Doesn't have the, glitterish like candy flickers and stuff like that in there as well. If you want to get a comparison, I don't own the U.S. version of Bulkhead. I'm not paying another $20 after I just paid $60 on a toy. But just for comparison, he's the same color as Universe Hardhead. So you can see them side by side. If you get the American version, it is going to be same toy, just, a brighter shade of green and things like that. So he won't make those noises though. Jokes, but I would say go ahead and wait for the American version. This is nice, but the premium that you pay for the important stuff like that on a figure like this, not really worth it in my opinion. Still though, 8 out of 10 either way, and you can't really lose with no matter what you decide. Definitely a solid figure, very show accurate. I like him.